Next, Greater Boston starts with giving kids the tools they need to succeed.
Through his organization, this week's Changemaker is providing resources and opportunities that build confidence. And as WBZ's Courtney Cole tells us, his own story provides inspiration.
I was fortunate enough to move to Massachusetts when I was about 12, 13 with my brother.
It's a move Tavares Brewington says changed his life.
I grew up in South Florida. From humble beginnings. Both of my parents, didn't have a lot of formal education, and we lived in in a tough environment.
But when his environment changed, his ability to focus on education changed.
So I went from essentially a failing student to an honors student within a span of a year.
That led to football at Holy Cross, graduating from Boston College, having a career as a federal prosecutor, and going to business school at Cornell University. From the streets of South Florida to the classrooms of an Ivy League, the name and concept of Street2Ivy was born.
It's really about, giving other people the opportunities that I had to really, develop into the person that I am today.
Brewington uses education and mentorship to expose young people, those who have been counted out or who feel unseen, to business, corporate, and entrepreneurial spaces.
A lot of times we fail because we don't know, right? We don't know what the opportunities are. And it's our job as people who've been blessed with opportunities to really make those clear as much as we can to those coming behind us.
And now, as Luke Lewis will tell you, that's exactly what he's experienced in Street2Ivy.
The first day of the program, I met Joe Fallon, which is the founder of the Fallon Company, and I heard his story on how he started off really small by owning a couple of buildings in Dorchester area, and now he owns like half of the seaport. And so that story inspired me, and I thought that, if he could do it, why can't I do it?
Lewis, now 18, migrated from Haiti when he was just 9 years old.
What have you learned about yourself from this?
I learned that I am powerful beyond measure, and I could do anything that I put my mind to.
Including going back to Haiti to help one day.
I also want people to look at me and say, I was able to reach out for help, and he was there to help.
Our kids are told, be a rapper or be in the NBA. Be in the music industry, be in sports. Those are your options. This shakes all of that up.
Even though I was on honor roll, even though I was at the top of my class, I was also a football player and athlete, and that's all people would identify me as, right? And that was always frustrating because, yeah, I can do that and I can do it well, but I'm so much more. And when our young people, it doesn't have to be athletics, it can be anything. So many stereotypes are, hoisted upon them, right? And when they're struggling to figure out who they are, I want them to understand that, yeah, you may be those things, you have those talents, and those are, things that should be respected, but you can do even more if you want to. You're not limited to what people believe you are.
A mindset Lewis learned at Street2Ivy and now truly believes.
I see myself being incredibly successful. I believe it. I know that people at Street2Ivy also believe in me.
Brewington believes in all of the young people who've walked through the doors of Street2Ivy and those he has yet to meet, as he works to help mold and guide the next generation of changemakers right here in Boston. Courtney Cole, WBZ News.
Wow. Love the story, love the program. And when the young man was talking about how you see these leaders in business and you don't know how they got there, and then you realize it's kind of the story that you're going through in life and that it is attainable, and I think it's just incredible.
Well, and it's so true. You have to, to see it, you can be it, and Tavares is an incredible role model.